wonderful, sweet, nice promises that nobody has how you going to achieve.
Defining leadership not as a position, but as an ability to influence others.
Change begins with the people we empower to execute that very change. Change doesn't begin with people.
Democracy Day, and we need young people that are patriotic to come out and see how we can fix this country and make it a better place for all of us. And right here I have three very delectable young women that are standing here with me, and they will be telling us this morning what their expectations are in this summit and this conference. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Umo.
My name is Glory Frank.
Glory Frank?
From Akwa Ibom.
Akwa Ibom State.
Yes, I'm Owana out of here, the same place.
Well, first of all, I'm a very proud Nigerian. I love my country, and because today is Democracy Day, I felt I should have my country's color on me. And my expectations for this conference is we need to take charge of our country. And before you take charge of your country, you need to take charge of your life. And so we are here. Nigeria is a growing process. We keep fixing ourselves so that we could fix Nigeria. So I encourage every youth, you fix yourself first, then you fix your country.
Excellent. Because as my sister had rightly said, there's no way you'll be happy with yourself and then you'll not be happy with the country. But of a truth, the situation we're finding ourselves right away, everybody needs to be on their own because you won't expect much from the current situation, and then we don't tend to blame anybody. So all we need to do is to see how we can package ourselves, and then to the country on will be secondary.
I want to appreciate Ibrahim and Enes Foundation for putting up this whole thing together. It is a good one. It's a clarion call for everybody, not just the youth, but the entire Nigeria, that we really need to do something to see how we can fix our country. I tell you the truth, if we have followed the precept our founding fathers have set for us, you and I wouldn't have gathered here today to say we are trying to fix Nigeria.
From the tag, Fix Nigeria, I was really impressed because I think the older generation have taken the whole place and they have kind of messed the country. So whenever I see a situation that young people are coming up with initiatives like this to help the country, I feel very impressed.
Action is nothing. It's one thing for you to attend a conference like this, another thing to take what you learned out there and do something with it. So what I expect is for the amount of people, over 500 people here today, for everybody to go back to where they're coming from and do something.
And do something. It's time for action. It's time for us to do something, to take responsibility as Nigerian youths. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
The minute you remove hope from this nation, nothing else can build upon. Because hope makes you know that it's still possible to get something better. It makes you understand that in spite of things that have gone wrong, things can still be built. The people that are sharing the message of destruction, tearing down our nation, don't really mean as much as they have. I understand what their cry is about. Because really, the truth is that a lot of people have been marginalized, not just in terms of ethnic groups or even religious-wise, but even as individuals, where the resources of our nation are plundered. That's, in my own understanding, that's marginalization. Where things that belong to you and I are taken by one person. A report came out the other day and said that less than 15 people in our country plundered how many billions of naira. So we can see that our anger should be against not just the national leadership, but about certain individuals who have decided that they will marginalize you and I from the resources that actually belong to us.
We should be leaders of today, not tomorrow. Today and tomorrow. Our participation in active leadership should start now, because the future, our future, still remains elusive in the hands of our present leaders who do not seem to get tired of governing. The Nigeria of today is more gerontocracy than democracy. How can a large number of strong young men and women be so weak with no prominence, no voice, and no active citizenship? We must realize that this country belongs to us, hook, line, and sinker. And as a younger generation, we must think not in silence. We should not give the chance to be sidelined.
We think it's a collective project, and that is why we as young people should lead this conversation. This particular panel is about youth politics and leadership.
The basic question I want to ask is, did you really understand what it was to create a state, a new nation? Was it a clear-cut vision? Was there something that we needed to raise called Nigeria? Was something introduced to us? Did we really seek to align our interests and then foster a cause? I think that is one basic thing that has been missing. What I really see is various kingdoms brought together and called Nigeria. I don't want to go into the history of how we got here, but this first marriage or first relationship has awakened something in us that has led to what I call a consuming nation rather than a producing one. The minute somebody is giving an appointment in this estate called Nigeria, the first thing is, what am I going to get out of that place? People, I mean, I'm going to talk about the political point of view now. You need to get an appointment, your family, your relations gather together, and the story they tell you is, go and shine your eye, you know what you are going to represent. Now, that figurative is like, you're going to have to take your share. Whether this was a fight that our forefathers had against the white man's regime of trying to say, you know what, this bourgeois has come over to take over this country, so we should collect from government what we have. And because of that, we have never really grown our country.
It depends on the divide. It depends on where the Nigerian youth is probably sitting. The political Nigerian youth or the social media Nigerian youth. So, but I think generally, every Nigerian youth should be concerned about basic developments like infrastructure and good roads, lights as part of good governance. But like I said, it's a divide, depending on where the youth is sitting. But it shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be so at all. We should be more concerned about the progress of this nation called Nigeria. And I'm excited at the number of youths I'm seeing here today. I'm really, really, really excited. It means we can really fix Nigeria, because you all came out to see and to discuss on how we can fix Nigeria, so we can really shape this country. And Nigeria will be great.
Should young professionals take active role in politics, or should they sit and drive their different professional pursuits?
Regardless of whatever you're doing professionally, I believe that for the fact that you cast your votes and you pay your taxes, you should also be involved in politics. And now, concerning your youth engagement in politics, I think we've taken a backseat approach. I was mentioning to the people outside, I said, with 70% of Nigerians being young people, we are either the greatest asset to our country or its greatest liability. We need to understand that if there's anyone to do anything for our country, not out of an ideology, but out of logic, it is us. 7 in 10 of every Nigerian is a young person. So it's only logical that in politics, the same ratio should apply.
We should not just sit back and make money and take care of our families and build homes and put boreholes and live happily ever after. No. I believe that each and every one of us owe each other a responsibility.
Because we should be our brother's keepers.
You don't even have to ask what plans does your country have for you. You yourself, you need to ask yourself what can you contribute and start it now. Our obligations to our country can never cease.
First of all, no matter how passionate we are about changing Nigeria, if you're not comfortable with this current government, the only way to change it is by the ballot box. And if I ask a simple question, there's a continuous voters registration ongoing. How many of you are going to get a voter's card? And if you don't have, it's simple. There's no way about it. If you don't have a voter's card, you cannot start any change at all.
99% of the time, what we are talking about is those bundle of freedoms, moulded, carved by the outcome of periodic election. In some respects, I think it's also very close to the thinking of Amartya Sen, the other Nobel Prize winner, economic prize winner, where he talked about as development as freedom. And I think this leads to two ways of thinking. First is that democracy, when it operates in this way, becomes a check on tyranny. Straightening up the way, I think it may be the most important feature, rather than leading to something called the will of the people. Democracy has, in many respects, a strong negative power, and I say this with caution, rather than a positive power. We can throw out our leaders much more easily than we can define what we actually want. We can be clear about what we don't like than we can about what we do want. And I think this explains in many ways why political campaign is so often negative, as we see in many election campaigns.
I have a dream, like Martin Luther Jr. Because as it is, I can only charge you, I can only encourage you, I can only adjure you. I don't know, up to a lot of you here, I don't know more than you. I believe that I just devoted myself to an area. I believe that Nigeria is gifted with the best minds. I believe that Nigeria is gifted with the most creative set of people. But your destiny is in your hand. And I just have a dream. I have a dream about the kind of nation I want. I wish you will listen to my dream and ask yourself, what role will I play? I have a dream of a Nigeria that will not be celebrated for its crude oil wealth, but will be celebrated for the wealth of its values. I have a dream where the life of every Nigerian becomes sacrosanct and is not treated as a mere number.
Mr. Richard Young, the Deputy Head of the EU Delegation to Nigeria. This is no other person than very distinguished and amiable Iwa Elewo. Iwa Elewo is Executive Director of NERFUND. NERFUND is the National Economic Reconstruction Fund. You're welcome. Person that are very distinguished Gimba Kakanda. Kakanda is a political commentator and a social media influencer. You're welcome, Gimba. Mr. Idris Akimbanjo, an astute journalist. He also represents a partner for delivering this initiative. Put your hands together once again for Mr. Akimbanjo and also for Premium Time.
Leadership is beyond politics. When we think leadership as young people, we need to think beyond politics. You're a lawyer, you need to aspire to be a leader within your profession, an architect and so on.
You can have leaders of incredible youth coming into politics, and I think what drives their acceptability is not necessarily their youth, although there may be elements of that. I think what drives their acceptability is the messages that they're putting across.
I don't believe in idealism. I'm not going to go with any motivation book sentiment about governance that change begins with me, all that. No, I'm very practical about that. Change begins with the people we empower to execute that very change. Change doesn't begin with me. So that's what I'm going to say here. And I identify two categories of Nigeria, and all of us are affected, but of different measures. One, we have one category of the Nigerian youth are suffering from what I call the the Peter Pan syndrome. So the Peter Pan syndrome in the sense that one, we are immature in our disposition, especially when it comes to governance. Immature in the sense that on social media every day, the only thing we are good at is promoting that binary divide.
Right now, equity is, and what we have in Nigeria is our women, we say, okay, in place of work, like that is gender equality, but then the women don't really get much right as the men. Even if you're competent, even if you're more hardworking, even if you're more versatile, you don't get as much credit as you deserve because we still hide under gender equality.
So that's both the short term. If those bundle of rights exist and somebody at local, state, national level is abusing their powers, there should be recourse and opportunities. Whether that exists, that's a key question. And that's where that point may actually be the longer term issue, because there may be issues in many countries around the world where actually translating that bundle of rights into something very solid, very strong institutions that are needed to back up that is one of the major challenges you face. So I've given you, maybe three scenarios there. One, the next election. Two, if you can make use of your bundle of rights, use it. If you can't remove that, you make use of that bundle of rights. There's a long-term task for strengthening those institutions so you have those bundles of rights.
Is the Nigerian problem the absence of young leaders? I do not think so. We've had a former number 4 citizen of Nigeria who was in his 40s, he wasn't better. We have a governor of a state who is in his very early 40s or about 40, he isn't better. Essentially, the problem is not youth leadership. It's about holding power accounting and ensuring that governance is responsible. The US election, the current US president is in his 70s. If he had lost, the person would have been president by 20 was about 70. If she had lost the Democratic primary, then Sanders would have been president, he was about 70. So it's really not about the age. So I don't fall into this trap of ageism. I think only young people can do it, old people should be moved out. That's not the solution. However, I agree fully that young people have a role to play in nation building. And I think that is what the focus of this event is for. What role should young people play, or can they play in ensuring the Nigeria of our dreams?
If you are given a position where you are given the responsibility to manage other people's resource, in your heart of hearts, will you not be tempted? It's a question that you need to ask, because ultimately it's a definition of your values and what makes you up. Because at the end of the day, I discovered that we can blame them, but when you enter into that same shoe, you might do worse. So the question, therefore, and I always go back to my foundational principle, what are the values that make the Nigerian youth? What are those values? What goes on in a man's mind that makes him have to travel from Nigeria and get to Agadez because he wants to get to Italy? What is that driving thing that makes a man that says, listen, maybe it is drugs that I have to carry to make it? What is that driving thing that makes a man defines success by material things?
Fixing Nigeria Summit, and as you can see, the summit is ongoing right now. What we're having right now is the panel discussion that is going on right here with a lot of very distinguished Nigerians, young people that have distinguished themselves in their different fields of endeavor.
So we would encourage our young people to try and aspire for office and run into public service.
Okay, what are two, if I would say, what are two things that you think that Nigeria needs seriously right now to be fixed?
I think we should encourage each and every one of us to be proactive and find something to do independent of the government.
If we get the position right, many things will fall into place. And that's what this government has not been able to fix.
All right, what do you intend to take away from this summit today?
Like I said earlier on, it's a conversation. I want to come and listen to young people discuss. I want to feel their pulse. I also run a youth-based group all across Nigeria, where we are working towards 2019 also. So,
and basically what I expect here is a schedule of activities
and that individuals and bodies, corporations can work with to make this country better.
I love that schedules and plans. We put plans in place, not just talk and action. Thank you so much for having you this morning. I hope you have a good time in there.
Here.
Thank you so much.
Have this much productivity. Young people must be gainfully employed, they must be actively engaged. It even starts from education. We must have quality and sound education for our children, because I mean change is a very, very sensitive and dicey thing. It takes time to change an idea. It's about perception. It takes time. It takes a generation perhaps to bring about an idea and make it the norm. So we start by education. Young people, children must be educated and must have access to quality education. They must have access to healthcare, affordable healthcare, quality healthcare, because if we really want to make it as a nation, we must make sure that the government secures the lives and properties of its citizens. The government also gives young people hope and a strong sense of belonging. How does the government do that? It must take care of their education and their health, and also really get their views on issues that affect them to be heard.